Georgia Tech entered the NCAA regionals as a national powerhouse. Second seed, somehow they walked out stunned yesterday at home, losing to Oklahoma. It was a one-run game, but, man, what a shocker. Maria Martin is joining us now with more, and just a sting for the Yellow Jackets.
You're the only reason I'm here 10 hours after I was in this building, Dan. I came in and I said, no, seriously. I was like, I need to tell Dan what happened about this game. I really do. I was stunned 10 hours ago. I'm still stunned right now. This was one of the more shocking exits of the NCAA tournament. And remember, the top 2 seeds have been eliminated. It's been a crazy weekend of baseball. So UCLA, which was the #1 national seed, they're out. Number 2 was Georgia Tech. Now Georgia is the highest seed left as the 3rd national seed. So I think it's crazy. It's good for us here that we had 2 really good baseball teams. Yeah. But honestly, this was a baseball team that was good enough to win the entire tournament. And so what's so shocking about that is, yes, baseball is crazy. The postseason, anything can happen. But this is a team that won the regular season ACC, won the ACC tournament championship, went into this tournament having a very good shot at winning their regional, going to the Supers. Now that drought, a super regional drought for the Yellow Jackets, pushes to 2 decades. We're getting so far removed from the last time a Yellow Jackets team went to the Supers, and this was a team built to win it all. I mean, I am still so shocked. They're so good. It's devastating. And Reggie Chapman was there yesterday, and he said, you're looking at the tears right now, but he said it took forever for some of those guys to get off the baseball field because, remember, Dan, we're in a time in college baseball where rosters look drastically different each and every year. So the roster that they've culminated to come together and be a national championship caliber baseball team will not look like that next year. They have 2 of the best players in college baseball on their team in Von Lackey and Drew Burris. Who knows what happens with them? They're each going to be top draft picks if they want to be, which I would assume they would. But they're going to take some time. I mean, this one really, really stinks.
Folks are going to start talking about a curse at this point for the program.
It's already happening.
What went wrong yesterday?
I mean, it's already happening. There's some players that said it kind of feels like a curse at this point, and it does. I mean, when you're 2 decades removed from going to the Super Regionals and you're a Georgia Tech baseball fan who has a history of being a very good program. I mean, Danny Hall ran that program forever, and he was incredible. He was in the stands, legendary longtime head coach of the Yellow Jackets, and you felt like this was the time where Danny was going to see this program back to relevance. And it was frustrating all around. And I think one of the more frustrating parts of it is how Sunday and Monday went down. Tech was up by a lot on Sunday, 8-2. Oklahoma came back to win that game, and that could have been a clincher to go to the Super, so they pushed the game into Monday. They're up 7-3 up until the 7th inning, and the Sooners come back. You burn so many arms like that, it's hard to really overcome offenses, especially this time of year. I mean, you really, really win on guys at the plate, and that's what Oklahoma did. They pushed it to extra innings, and as soon as it went to the 10th, I said, this is not going to be good. I just had this sinking feeling. They made quick work of the Yellow Jackets in the top of the frame, and then in the bottom, that walk-off home run. First time Oklahoma's walked off anybody in a postseason game since 2008. It was wild. An ending you couldn't really predict.
So what was it like being there? I mean, could you hear a pin drop? Were there Oklahoma fans there?
I wasn't there, but Reggie was,
Okay.
and Reggie said that it was just crazy. I mean, the emotional wave and roller coaster, even you could feel it from the TV, especially if you guys were watching at home, the emotional wave of being up by so many runs, and they were down in the beginning of the game too. There was a 3-0 deficit. They come back. They look dominant. Place is going crazy. It's been a phenomenal atmosphere all season long. And then all of a sudden, you're turning around and saying, what is Oklahoma doing right now? They're crawling back into this baseball game. And again, their arms were so burnt out from Sunday that you're trying to rely on guys like Mason Patel, who did a phenomenal job, by the way. Over 6 innings, over 100 pitches is unheard of in a clincher. He did everything he could. But then when you get towards the back half of this game, it started to unravel a bit.
All right, look, you've covered Atlanta sports a long time. Where does this rank with all-time Atlanta sports upsets?
Well, because I wasn't here for 28-3, and you know what's funny is I can't escape a day of my life without making that reference still, so I know how you feel.
We all know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes, I know exactly how you feel. I think because I didn't personally see that, in my world, I would say this is pretty high. It's funny, there's a lot of people that were tweeting at me yesterday and saying this is shades of 2023 Atlanta Braves, because that was an incredible baseball team who everyone believed could win the World Series, and we had seen it just a couple years prior, and so it's possible. I mean, I really believe that Georgia Tech was going to win it all, and it's hard to do. Look, I covered Auburn for a long time. I was there when they were a really good baseball team. They actually just punched their ticket to the Super Regionals late last night. And so it is a very difficult thing to do in this time of year when it doesn't matter who gets hot. You look at what the Troy Trojans just did in bouncing Florida in Gainesville to make it to their first Super Regional in school history. Schools like that make history this time of year, and it's tough for some of these national seeds. Second year in a row, the top 2 seeds go down. So it's crazy. But I think this is a big letdown, Dan. I don't know.
All right, so this means Dogs now top seed?
They are the top seed left, yeah. So
do they have a clear path?
No one has a clear path. And you know, they're playing Mississippi State this weekend, a team that they swept in the regular season. They hadn't done that in Starkville since I think it was 2004, 2008. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And Mississippi State, as an Ole Miss grad, I've watched Mississippi State play baseball for a long time. They're good at baseball. And I think what's scary about this matchup is the fact that you look at it on paper and you say, oh, the Dogs handled them no problem in Starkville, which was insane. Dogs also did that to a lot of different people on the road in the SEC this year. But this is a different ballgame. I mean, we're talking about postseason baseball. I'm not saying Georgia can't do it. I still think Georgia goes to Omaha, and I think they're going to have a really nice run of things. But Mississippi State's going to try to make sure that doesn't happen.
Do they bring out the cowbells in baseball, too?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I literally hate the cowbells so much.
Do.
I really do. It's so terrible. But I will admit to the Mississippi State fans listening, reluctantly, one of the best atmospheres in college baseball for sure in Starkville.
That's what I've heard.
So
great
cool.
things, no doubt.
It's really amazing.